So today, we're diving into a publisher that's built to, actually amplify your research, not just bury it behind a bunch of barriers. We're going to take a look at how this startup, Scientia International, is trying to flip the script on some of academic publishing's biggest headaches. Let's get right into it.
Think about it. You've done all the hard work, right? The late nights, the painstaking research. You finally have something important to share with the world. But then you hit that wall. Paywalls that lock your work away. Review processes that feel like a total black box, and a system that kind of seems to favor just one language over all the others. Does any of that sound familiar?
Yeah. For way too long, the traditional publishing model has felt like a gatekeeper. We're talking about those mysterious, opaque peer reviews that can stall your work for months, language barriers that basically silence a global dialogue, and of course, the hidden costs that lock away crucial science, especially from researchers who aren't in wealthy countries.
But what if there was a different way to do things? Well, that's where Scientia International comes in. It's a Spanish-Brazilian startup, and it was literally built to be a solution. The whole thing is founded on these core principles of open access, real multilingualism, and global collaboration. The entire model is designed to, democratize science and make it truly international.
And what's really cool here is just how much they cover. I mean, whether you're in the humanities, STEM, health sciences, or doing some really cutting-edge interdisciplinary work, they've got a specialized journal that's ready for your research. So this isn't some one-size-fits-all platform. It's a genuinely diverse ecosystem for knowledge.
Okay, so how do they actually pull this off? Well, it all starts with their first big pillar, tackling that language barrier head-on to give your work the international reach it really deserves. And this is about so much more than just defaulting to English. It's about creating a real global conversation. This right here, this sums up their whole philosophy. You submit your manuscript in the language you're most comfortable with, preserving your original voice, your nuance. And from that point on, Scientia does the heavy lifting to make it accessible to the entire world.
So here's what that journey actually looks like. You submit in your native language. Once it passes peer review, your work isn't just published, it's professionally translated and then released in Portuguese, Spanish, and English right alongside your original version. And just like that, your potential audience has basically tripled.
But wait, it actually gets even better when it comes to people finding your work. Your title, your abstract, your keywords, all that critical metadata that search engines and academic databases gobble up, they make it available in 6 languages: Portuguese, Spanish, English, French, German, and Mandarin. This just dramatically increases the odds of a researcher anywhere on the planet finding your work.
All right, next up, let's talk about one of the biggest frustrations for pretty much every author, that black box of peer review. Scientia's whole approach is to just throw the doors wide open and create a system that's built on transparency and constructive dialogue.
Just look at this comparison. Over on the left, you've got the old way. Anonymous reviewers, feedback you can't really question, and absolutely zero recognition for the reviewers doing all that critical work. But on the right, you have the Scientia way. Authors and reviewers are identified, the review reports are published right alongside the article, and the entire process becomes this constructive, public conversation.
And here is a total game changer. Every single peer review gets its very own DOI, a digital object identifier. So what does that mean? It means the review itself becomes a citable academic output. Reviewers can finally add this crucial work to their ORCID profile and get formal, tangible credit for their intellectual labor. It's a system that's actually built to value everyone's contribution.
Now, of course, none of this really matters if the cost is just impossible, right? So that brings us to the financial model. Scientia has focused on creating a system that's ethical, completely transparent, and designed for long-term sustainability. Okay, let's get to the big question on every single author's mind. What about the article processing charges, the APCs? Instead of hiding the numbers in the fine print, they put them right out front for everyone to see. And here you go, it's totally transparent. A journal article has a base APC of 450 euros. And that single fee covers everything. We're talking peer review management, professional translation, and the trilingual publication. For ebook chapters, the price just changes a little bit based on the length. There are no hidden fees, no surprises. This is the whole cost.
And what's more, they actually back up their commitment to global science with real action. Using the Research for Life classifications, authors from low and middle-income countries automatically get a pretty significant discount, 20% for Group A countries and 10% for Group B. It's a structural way to make sure there's greater access for researchers all over the world.
But here's the thing. Scientia isn't just trying to be a publisher. It's a community. And they are actively inviting researchers to step up from just being authors to becoming leaders who can really help shape the future of their own fields.
So, if this model of open, multilingual science is something that resonates with you, there are actual, concrete ways to get more involved and take on a leadership role inside this growing ecosystem. They offer two really clear paths. You can become an associate editor where you manage the peer review workflows. It's a fantastic way to gain editorial experience, and they reward your contribution with APC waivers. Or, for more established researchers, there's the compensated editor-in-chief role. This lets you define a journal's entire scientific direction, and it comes with a full package that can even include a share of the journal's revenue.
So, at the end of the day, what you've got here is a publishing model that's built for the modern global researcher. It's a system designed to remove barriers, not build new ones. It values transparency, it values linguistic diversity, and it values global equity. The real question is, what kind of impact could your work have if it were truly accessible to everyone?